veterans on both of these rosters, Clark. How do you see that impacting the game?
Well, BA, it's going to lead to some high-level basketball. You've got a roster full of high IQ players. They know what it takes to get W's. I'm very much looking forward to this matchup because of that.
All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. Down low, it's Draymond and Looney. Stephen Curry is out there with Moody, and it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. Outside Maxey. Oubre passes to George. Now Maxey. George, a screen on Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. And George with the basket on the assist by Maxey.
Smooth and consistent. That's how I describe George's three-point shooting.
Maxey against Curry. Paul George pulls it in. Down low. Maxey surveys. Pass to Embiid. George outside. Embiid, a screen on Butler. Here's George. Here's Embiid. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Kevon Looney picks one up.
It's almost unbelievable how fluid Embiid is at his side. And his aggressiveness to boot, I mean, that really forces defenses to compromise a bit when they defend him.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them. And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Guys, thanks. Well, Jimmy Butler is in the 5th stop of his NBA career. He'd been in a standoff with the Heat as they hesitated to extend him at the number he desires. He knew there's going to be someone willing to pay up. And guys, I'm very interested to see how Butler fits in his new opportunity.
Yeah, we'll continue to track that story. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Butler, the kick out, Curry. The 3. Golden State with a rebound. Moody with it, guarded now by George. Outside, Green. Gets the 3 ball to go.
You've got to respect Green at the arc. If he gets open out there, he can make you pay.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Earlier, I spoke with Nick Nurse. I wanted to know how he planned on tackling the Jimmy Butler problem. He told me I want to make everything as hard for him as possible, anything we can do to bother him and to get him to be even a little less aggressive, trying to put out the fire before it starts. That's the plan. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Now here's Embiid. Pass to Maxey. Driving to the basket. Oh, misses the dunk. Warriors trail by 3. And it's Green off the drive. And here's Curry for 3. That won't go either for Curry. The 76ers have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Rebounded by Green.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
That won't go either for Curry.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
Going all the way to the rack. Here's Green. Moody passes to Curry. Puts up a deep 3 from beyond the arc, and then some. It's all knotted up.
The ball handling of Steph is sometimes undervalued. I mean, he's much more than a shooter. This guy has mad skills as a handler.
Embiid can't hit.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
Now here's Embiid. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Embiid's got 6.
Hey, go to that whenever you can. I mean, Embiid has a huge advantage in size and skill.
George with the block. And that's out of bounds. Golden State State will retain possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Hield's checked in. There's 39 seconds left in the first. And again, no good by Golden State. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And here's Oubre from the arc. Jimmy Butler with a rebound.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
And the basket by Hield.
A very efficient range shooter. You expect Hield to take these shots.
Maxey against Hield. Out to Oubre. George, right side. Banked it in off the glass. 7 points in the game.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Oh, it's good! He hit it!
Whoa! The heave to...
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. Warriors ahead, up by 4. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
They've got Joel Embiid. Edwards out there with Butler, and it's McCain in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Curry's shot is off. The Sixers trailing. And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Pass to Hield. Kuminga with a screen on Butler. Hield passes to Curry. 6 to shoot. Now Kuminga. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands.
Yeah, he wanted credit for the basket and the assist on that one.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the paint and dunk it because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you. Pass to Butler. Oh, deflected. And the Warriors pushing it up now. It's Curry all the way.
The underrated defense of Steph Curry going coast to coast.
76ers trail by 6. Butler with the ball. Now guarded by Curry. Butler's shot is good.
Showing off with the floater game. Not a shot you can swat.
Outside Hield. There's a screen by Kuminga. Hield finds Curry. Back to Hield. Puts up a 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Hield's got 9.
It's really that simple for Hield. His shot so dialed in and on target.
Outside Edwards. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also has some good depth, and that really helps.
Philadelphia shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Andre Drummond is checked in for Philadelphia. Grimes comes in for Butler. And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Jackson Davis. Draymond Green comes in for Kuminga. Pajemski's checked in for Payton. And Moody is subbed in for Hield. 76ers trail by 5.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Pass to Edwards. It's an even 3-on-3 break. And here's Curry for 3. For 3, Stephen Curry.
That's Curry's game. I mean, you can't give him a sliver of daylight out there.
Here's Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Pass to Grimes. Drummond with the ball. Up top, Edwards. Defended by Pajemski. Back to Edwards. 5 on the clock. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. Back to Curry. Here we go. The Sixers on the break. Yabusele. Pass to Drummond. Here's Grimes. Drummond with the screen. It's Edwards on the wing. Here's McCain. And finally, they hit one.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
From downtown, sinks the tray. And now just a 3-point Warrior lead.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Pass to Edwards. It's Edwards on the wing. 17 seconds left in the first half of this one. Here's McCain. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
And here's Curry for 3. That one is off. That'll count. Stephen Curry getting it done for Golden State. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back.
Warriors 30.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Man, it's been quite a game for Stephen Curry.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Kicking off the second half, here's Steve Kerr's 5. Down low, it's Draymond and Looney. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. Then it's Moses Moody. And it's Santos in at point guard. Very pretty alley-oop.
Good fast-paced play there. It's much easier to find a shot when you beat the defense back.
Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
Outside, Green takes the 3. Green able to hit from 3.
A pleasant surprise for Draymond there. I mean, I love when he looks for his offense.
Maxey passes to George. Maxey on the wing. Screen by Embiid. From outside the arc. Drops in the 3. Embiid's got 12 points.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there. Have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
For 3, Maxey. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
With the speed at which Maxey plays, that pull-up is almost impossible to deal with.
Green for 3. And that's his 3rd miss in 7 attempts. And Maxey's got the ball here for Philadelphia. For 3, George nails it from beyond the arc. And now a 3-point Philadelphia lead.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's going to make you pay.
Green finds Looney. The 3. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
Yeah, and Green is having a solid night offensively. I'm sure the benches really enjoy seeing him light it up.
Maxey passes to Grimes. They set the pick. Pass to Embiid. Back to George. Just 4 to shoot. Warriors with the rebound.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as you can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point. Brian?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Ali. The offensive rebound. The shot by Looney, no good. Philadelphia has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 8 in the third. But Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
And again, it's the Warriors missing.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
From the arc. The rebound by Moody.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
George over to help. And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group here for the Warriors. A minute 4 left in the third. Butler with the bucket.
You get the feeling Butler was ready to let that one fly before the ball got to him.
Here's Maxey. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, BA. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
51 seconds left in the third. Butler surveying the floor. To the inside. Here's Yabusele. There's the triple. No good that time.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Right side, Kuminga for the lead. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Kuminga's got 5 points.
Smooth passing that time. Butler doing his best to keep everybody involved and in sync.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. McCain. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the 76ers lead by 1.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Outside heel. Jackson Davis a screen. There's the 3. Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball.
Philadelphia ball. Substitution on the court.
Drummond with the screen. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down.
That takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground. Philadelphia on top. They're up by 3. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We've got Butler. Joel Embiid is out there with Eric Gordon. And it's Yabusele in at the 4 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his first foul. Edwards, he's checked in for the Sixers. And the Warriors making a change here.
Substitution on the court.
Pass to McCain. Embiid, a screen on heel. Right wing. Clock at 4. Embiid with it. Payton covering. Embiid misses.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
Yeah, you know, the defense just hasn't been able to keep up with them in this one. The transition game as a result of good defense has been very strong.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Here's Kuminga. Outside Payton. Kuminga, the pass to Curry. Out to Heel. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got 7 rebounds in the game. Curry against Butler. Out left to the wing. Now here's Embiid. Pass to McCain. Wide open look. Rebounded by Hield. Warriors trail by 5.
76ers foul.
Jimmy Butler's checked in for the Warriors. Moody comes in for Hield.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Curry against Maxey. Curry surveys. Fires for 3. They got the rebound. Jackson Davis laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
The Sixers lead by 3. Here's Grimes. Maxey on the wing. Screen by Embiid. Out to the right wing. Pass to Oubre. Back to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Strong finish by Embiid.
Joel Embiid on top of things there, folks, recognizing a big possession and commanding the ball.
Junior. 2 minutes remaining.
Outside Kuminga.
2 minutes.
Back to Curry. The 3. Fires in the triple.
When you need a big bucket, Curry knows exactly how to come through. Clutch.
George, a screen on Curry. Pass to George. And here's Embiid. Lets it go from deep. And George gets it to go on the assist from Embiid. And the 76ers lead by 5. Curry with it. Guarded now by George. Maxey against Butler. Moody from outside. Oh, Moody deadly from there.
And they suck the air right out of this place by drilling the 3. Could be what saves the day for them.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, one way or the other, some fantastic drama unfolding here.
Out to the right wing. Embiid passes to George. Yes! Embiid from in close.
And you know Embiid wants the ball in these situations. He wants that shot. He wants to come through for his team.
And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Gordon, he's checked in for Grimes. The Warriors also with a sub. Hayden's checked in. Jackson Davis with the bucket.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind the layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Philadelphia foul. Tyrese Maxey. That's his second personal foul.
He gets the first, and that narrows the gap to 1.
Shooting for Golden State.
And it's tied up with that one.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
Maxey against Payton. Kicks it to George. And so it looks like the Sixers will retain possession here.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Gordon, the pass to Oubre. Outside Maxey. George outside. George draws the double.
I love the defense from Butler. He's a tremendous player whose speed and length allows him to be annoying to shoot.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Pass to Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis a screen. And here's Butler outside. Can't knock in the three. Outside Maxey. Drives to the hoop. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
Exactly. You got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Golden State foul.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a three-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a four-point ball game.
Taking care of business at the line, leaving this one out of reach.
No good there. So a close game sees Philadelphia taking this one. Allie, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Avdia out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Anthony Simons. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe. And it's Kamare in at the small forward.
Nice vision from the youngster Sharpe that time.
George passes to Oubre. Outside, Maxey. Pass to Embiid. 6 to shoot. Oubre kicks to George. Lets it fly. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And boy, did they get bailed out on that possession. Embiid able to just make something out of nothing.
Three-pointers, Simon. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the 76ers.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
From downtown, Avdia, the bucket on the assist by Simon.
For three.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Hard to imagine a much better target on the alley-oop than Embiid. Get the lob anywhere in his vicinity, and you might wind up on a highlight reel. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
George with the screen on Simon. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Offline with his three. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Simons finds Avdia. And a miss there on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
From deep, George. The Trailblazers pull it in. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Simons wide open. He'll fight. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
Grimes passes to Oubre. And now Portland on the break. The shot by Sharpe. Nobody around. Connects from three-point range.
And nice work on the perimeter. Defenses must respect Sharpe's range.
Embiid from outside. Avdia with the rebound.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Will stand after 11 seasons with this Blazer organization. Damian Lillard traded away in 2023. What a run he had for Portland.
Incredible, Kevin. Not only in terms of his scoring and his individual honors, but the success he brought to the team. While they didn't get over the top and get to the finals, they were a consistent winner. If you were a fan in Portland, you had a good team to come and watch for all of those years.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19. He's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA. Confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much. Avdia, the pass for Grant. And he's good on the three ball.
And I love Grant's mindset. Readies himself to shoot as soon as he touches the ball.
Here's McCain. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Grant against Edwards. Grant sets a screen for Henderson. And it's Thibault in the corner. It's up a three. Outside, Avdia. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. The 76ers making a switch here. Butler's checked in. And a switch here also for Portland. Kamar's checked in. The 76ers trail by 3. To the inside. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Butler. Embiid's got 7.
It's just so tough to knock Embiid off the block. That's...
Woo! Wow. Oh, that was some power on that dunk.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Craig. Believe me, with confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. This is his first free throw of the game.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line, no matter the situation.
A nice shot by Klingon.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
And he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Portland.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
Embiid is out there with Yabusele. Then there's Edwards. Then it's Butler. And it's McCain in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Joel Embiid. Here's Henderson over to the left wing. Kamara gets it to go from beyond the arc. Kamara's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Already a gifted passer, Henderson has solid vision for such a young player.
And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That's his first foul. Gordon's checked in for Edwards.
Personal foul. First team foul. Now into the lineup for your second.
Embiid with it. 11 points in the game. And the baseline jumper, no good.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
Wide open look here for Klingon. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. On the wing, Gordon. Outside, Butler. Back to Gordon. It's good. This game is all even. Gordon's got his first 3 points of the game. You know, Stan, we hear all the time about after timeout plays, about how many of those do teams really have at their disposal?
Well, you certainly have to have a few, Kevin. Coaches vary in their philosophy. Some coaches will draw them up on the fly. I was one, like a lot of guys, who wanted to have things that we've worked on that then we could go to. But that just depends on who you've got, how smart your guys are, how quickly they pick things up.
Grant finds Henderson. Back to Grant. Will it go? Good on the three-point shot. Grant's got 6.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Embiid dishes to Gordon. Here's Yabusele. Oh, he jams it right over Scoot Henderson. Look at it. Wow. This tug-of-war game continues.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game. And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication. And now he's able to make a pass.
They get it back. Yabusele. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Lock at 6. Here's McCain. And he goes in for the dunk.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And coach, this guy, Matisse Thybulle, he really changes what you can do on offense with this defense.
Yeah, look, Matisse Thybulle's as good a defender as there is in the league. He hasn't had that profile because we haven't seen him on TV as much, but he's disruptive. He causes turnovers. He blocks shots. This guy's as good as there is in the league.
So long and disruptive, a great word to use. And Philadelphia making a change here. Drummond's checked in. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Andre Ayton's checked in for Klingon. Avdia comes in for Grant. Sharp's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. And it's Simons in for Scoot Henderson.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Inside, he is looking for Simons and finds him. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. Goodness.
Drummond sets the screen for Gordon. Butler in the corner. This one for three. Drummond. It's good on the putback.
And that's 280 pounds crashing the glass. Drummond bullying his way there on that second chance bucket.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. "16 seconds left in the first half. Outside, Avdia. Simons up top. Takes the three. Got a piece of it. No good on the shot. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. We'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
The Trailblazers, 37. Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
In those first two quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
On the floor for Portland, we've got Anthony Simons. Ayton is out there with Avdia. Then it's Sharp, and it's Kamare in at the three. And for Portland, they're shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Oubre, no one around him. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Simons with the ball. Now defended by Embiid. And another three for Portland.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
And George gets it to go.
Mano a mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back-and-forth moments.
Basket counts.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. You need the right guys to execute that system. I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
Well, you and I agree they do, David. Thank you very much. And George gets to Embiid. George with the screen on Ayton. Embiid from outside. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Maxey. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
That's just poor transition defense. He's too good a shooter to leave open out there.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. George with the screen on Avdia.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of his position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Loads of expectations come with going number 1 overall, Stan. We all know that. Just ask DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, Kevin, I think he's become one of the more underrated players in this league. He was the top pick in 2018. People will always measure him against that standard. But look, he's averaged a double-double every season in the league. It's not easy to be that consistent.
Henderson for 3. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Oubre on the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the
Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For 3, Henderson. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And the jam by Oubre.
And the leaping ability of Oubre Jr. When he gets inside, this guy's determined to finish.
Outside, Avdia. Pass to Henderson. Avdia with a screen for Henderson. Back to Avdia. The 3. Portland no good that time either. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Rupert's checked in. Pass to Grant. Ayton a screen on Edwards. Grant for 3. Offensive rebound. Ayton kicks to Henderson. And the wide open shot from Avdia. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The 76ers trail. Here's Yabusele. Back to Edwards. Maxey on the wing. Here's Rupert. The three-pointer, no good. The 76ers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
It's deflected. Stolen by Henderson. It's Henderson on the wing. Back to Avdia. Grant outside. Shoots the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Grant's got 12 points in the game.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them...
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. It's the Trailblazers up 3. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
Yeah, that's great decision making and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Yabusele out there with Edwards. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Maxey. And it's McCain in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Shot clock at 6. McCain at 3 off the mark. Portland leading by 5. Manton, the pass to Henderson. Here's Banton. In the corner, Henderson with it. Buries it from three-point range.
Such a confident young man. Scoot just goes for it.
Maxey against Henderson. Left side, Edwards. Back to Maxey. Yabusele kicks to Edwards. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by Williams. And for Portland, they're shooting straight 49% from the field. Grant for three. It's hauled in by the 76ers. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. And Grant sends it back.
And what tenacious defense from Grant, outworking the offensive player there and coming up with the rejection.
A three-pointer is right on target. Grant's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers. Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there are so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double-team him, send a second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. And it's off from three-point range. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Clinging a good look. The wing jumper off target. The 76ers trail by 11. Fires the three. They get it again.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
No one covered.
Jeremy Grant.
Grant's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
And then Henderson with the jam.
And Henderson doesn't need any extra motivation to head straight for the rim.
Looking to end the run. And it's Drummond missing.
It's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
First team foul.
Trailblazers leading by 16. Pass to Kamare. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Ayton. Now here's Simon. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
And not just that, they're also forcing turnovers at a high rate and taking advantage in transition. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Portland.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
And the basket is good. And it's Henderson with the ball for the Trailblazers. Beyond the arc. Walker the pass to Henderson. Here's the three. Trains the three-pointer. And the Trailblazers lead by 16.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Simons kicks to Henderson. Here's Klingon. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
Kenny.
We've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Now the opening lineup for the Portland Trailblazers. Avdia out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then there's Anthony Simons. Then there's Sharp. And it's Kamare in at the 3. Small forward. On target from range.
Oh, and that's a nice find by one of the youngest players in the league. Sharp with tremendous upside to his game.
Here's Green. And the jumper is on the mark.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now here's Simons. Beyond the arc. Looney grabs a miss. Pass to Curry. Looney, a screen on Ayton. Curry from deep three-point land. Back to Green. Here's Curry. Launches it. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
I mean, he's like a magician how quickly he gets that shot off. Was it ever there?
Portland has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Well, Brent, it's been a blessing to watch Stephen Curry in real time. But he's the kind of player, his highlights will stand the test of time for years.
The best shooter that's ever played the game. Yes, it's been a real treat, B.A., to watch all of that happen. But got to give credit to Steph. The early part of his career, shaky with the injuries. The confidence never wavered. And then all of a sudden, behind these magical hands, the game had changed.
Stolen by Ayton. In transition. Sharp with it. Now guarded by Moody. Pass to Kamare. Takes a 3. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Curry from deep three-point land. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Avdia from outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Great decision by Simons. He's got the reputation of a score-first guard. He can dish it.
Curry against Simons. Back to Curry. Looney, a screen on Simons. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Curry. And it's Portland with a rebound. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Warriors trail by 4. The deep three. Curry with another miss.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
And it's Simons missing. The Warriors have gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. Sharp grabs the miss.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
Simons passes to Ayton. And here's Sharp. Three-pointer. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
And it's Simons missing. And the Warriors shooting just 25% from the field in the first quarter. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
Now here's Avdia. He's got 6, and it's Denny Avdia with the foul. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Kuminga, he's checked in for Green. Payton comes in for Looney. Heald's checked in for Moody. And Podziemski subbed in for Curry. A big group substitution here for Portland. Klingon, he's checked in for Ayton. Jeremy Grant comes in for Kamara. Thibault, he's checked in for Sharp. And it's Henderson in for Simons. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Stephen Curry, he's checked in for Podziemski. And also a switch here for Portland. Kamara's checked in. Sinks it from distance.
Well, nice smooth release from Grant that time. Can't let him get that kind of rhythm.
Butler, a screen on Henderson. The 3 from Curry. The long distance 3 is buried. Curry's got 6.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one falls for Curry.
Yeah, so easy to root for Stephen Curry because of how much fun he seems to have on the floor. Embraces the competition, but is able to laugh it off when something doesn't go his way. A lot of things do, though.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
15 seconds left in the first quarter here. Henderson against Curry. Pass to Kamari. To the middle. Here's Grant with 1 on the clock. Oh, Grant throws it down.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
So the Trail Blazers 5 right now. Matisse Thybulle out there with Scoot Henderson. Then it's Jeremy Grant. Then there's Klingon. And it's Kamari in at the 3. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Trailblazers.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Now here's Henderson. No points so far. For 3, Klingon hits the trifecta.
Yeah, great find right there by Henderson. He is such a gifted facilitator.
Outside Curry. Jackson Davis a screen. This one for three. And Klingon pulls it down. Portland leading by 5. And here's Grant from the arc. Jackson Davis grabs a miss. Bible with a steal. Here's Kamari. Buries it from 3. Kamari's got 6.
Yeah, just a great find by Klingon. As he plays more and more, the game will slow down for him.
Look at Steph Curry cooking it up inside.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you. To the paint. Payton finds Hield. Henderson against Curry. The 3 is up. They get it back. And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
He didn't have his feet planted.
And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Jackson Davis. Draymond Green comes in for Kuminga. Butler's checked in for Payton. And Moody is subbed in for Hield. Williams is checked in for Portland. Now here's Henderson. Still no points. Here's Klingon.
2 minutes remaining in the first
Outside
half.
for Henderson.
2 minutes.
6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. He drops it from range. Henderson's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. From behind the arc. And Klingon hits from deep. And it's a 10-point Portland lead.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
The 3 from Curry. Another 3 for Golden State.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Now here's Williams. Open shot, Grant. And it's Portland scoring again. Golden State has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
And the Warriors making a switch here. Hield's checked in. Now here's Avdia. 6 points for him. 50 seconds left in the first half. And that one's good. Sharp.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
Pass to Aiden. He shoots a 3. Jimmy Butler with a rebound. Warriors trail by 12. Here's the break. Hield with the ball. From downtown, Avdia pulls it in. Avdia's got 4 rebounds now. Simons against Butler. Pass to Kamari. Outside Sharp. Here's Ayton. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Down low, it's Draymond and Looney. Moses Moody out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Butler in at the small forward. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. Curry goes in. Oh, Curry getting right to the rim. Well, Brent, as you know, finding success in the NBA is largely dependent on the situation.
BA, you're hitting the nail on the head. You can't get frustrated as a player, especially a young one that comes into the league and doesn't have an opportunity right away to play. You've got to work on your skills, stay confident, and at some point when you get your opportunity, whether it's the team you're with or in a trade, you're going to have a chance to show that you belong in the league.
Nails it from 3.
And Anthony believing in himself that time, just zero hesitation on that, Jake.
And Curry's got the ball here for the Warriors. Trailing by 17. Puts up a 3. Avdia pulls it in. Avdia's got 5 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Simons. Moody defends. And it's Simons missing.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in. He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
3-pointer sharp. It's rebounded by Golden State. Looney's got his 6th rebound on the night. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Pajimski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the 2nd round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Here's Curry. He's got 18. Second shot opportunity. Oh, look at Looney finding space inside.
Looney in the right spot there. Good presence on the inside as he boxes the defense out and sends the ball right up.
Here's Simons. Curry with a steal. And he's all alone. Ball's going up the court. Moody passes to Curry. Outside for Green. Now here's Looney. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
They're pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Heald's checked in for the Warriors. Simons with it, and it's Hield picking him up. Simons passes to Sharp. Here's Kamare. Tipped. Back to Sharp. 5 to shoot. Avdia from outside. Here's Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff.
Yeah, if Ayton can get in that kind of position, he could be a bully on the inside.
Warriors trail by 17. Curry, a screen on Avdia. And here's Butler outside. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Avdia against Looney. And he's going for the oop here. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. Here's Moody. Oh, what an effort from Moody.
Sometimes defense is about persistence, and Jimmy Butler knows this. Forced the ball handler to slip up.
Well, Brent, there are only a handful of players in the league with the big game experience of Butler.
Yeah, and those big games, BA, are where he's had some of his best moments. It's been on several different teams as well. So the bigger the game gets, the bigger Jimmy Butler appears to show up.
And Hield puts up a deep 3. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Hield's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Inside.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure. Outside Hield. For 3. And the Warriors with another 3.
Hield can make a living out there from behind the arc. Doesn't need a lot of room to get his shot off. and he drains that one with ease.
Here's Avdia. Another one falls for Portland.
It's just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
That one's good for 2.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Curry against Simons. Pass to Aiden. Back to Simons. Here's Kamare. It's tipped. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers up 14 as we wrap up. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And the Warriors with possession here. It's a 14-point game. On the court right now for Portland. Robert Williams out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's Matisse Thybulle. Then it's Henderson. And it's Klingon in at the center position, filling out the middle. Back to Henderson. From deep three-point land. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Jackson Davis has got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Podziemski. And a miss there on the triple. Trailblazers lead by 14. Grant right side. Williams on the wing. Fires the 3. Grant's shot is off. Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. To the paint. Here's Jackson Davis. It's Podziemski on the wing. Connects from downtown. Podziemski's got his first 3 points of the game.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Henderson drives in. Outside. Williams. On the take. Outside for Grant. Pass to Thybulle. Let's go with a 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Grant with a steal. Henderson with it. Kuminga defends. Fires from deep. Thybulle, that's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 14. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff, and you got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
Here's Williams. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Santos can't get it to go.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
And here's Grant from the arc. Santos pulls it in. Warriors trail by 12. Oh, got a piece of it. Outside Podziemski. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
Robert Williams picks up 1.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul for the deep. He'll shoot 3.
And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Green's checked in for Jackson Davis. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Santos. And it's Stephen Curry in for Hield. Simons with it. Now Podziemski defending. From deep. Portland, no good that time either. Curry looking it over. Moody from outside. Ooh, the smooth 3 from Moody.
I know you want to focus on the shooting from Steph, but man, he's going to make plays too.
There's Simons with a 3. Pure from three-point range. Simons has got 9 points here in the second half.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Kamare, that's good.
Growing his passing game. Sharp nose being able to reliably create for others will really round out his skill set.
Butler's shot is good.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Curry from deep three-point land. And the Warriors with another three.
He can score on you in bunches. Curry doing it all in this one.
Ayton with it. Green picks him up. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting efficiently, 50% so far. And the foul called on Brandon Podziemski. That's his first foul of the game. Fields checked in for Podziemski. And here's Simons outside. Rebounded by Green. Golden State now running out of time. Pass to Curry. Now Green. He's covered by Simons. Curry against Sharp. Curry goes in. Hield from outside. And Ayton pulls it down.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Second personal foul.
Good on the first. And that'll push the lead to double digits. And so he makes both from the line. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Curry. Here's the three. Portland grabs the miss. They led by as many as 18. On the wing, Simons. Guarded by Hield. Up top, Ayton. Outside Sharp. Lets the three fly. Drills it from deep.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Here's Simons. Shoots over Curry. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's on Stephen Curry. And that one falls for Simons. So he gets them both. So no problem for Portland as they get the win. This one wasn't even close.
One has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. We've got Oubre. He's out there with Embiid. Maxey out there with George. And it's Grimes in at the 2 spot.
Such a savvy defender. Embiid just reads opponents well and loves going for steals.
And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. On the wing, Green, covered by Oubre. 4 on the clock. Curry, wide open. Good on the triple.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Did you see that? Crossed the defender up and left him grasping at air.
Oh, that's a move he'll be bragging about all night. It's going to be online everywhere. Anytime you get a guy on the ground, you've got the right to talk some trash.
The shot by Curry, no good. RJ, with how well Curry continues to play, I'm not sure his three-point record will ever be broken.
It's going to be tough to do. But even if it does, I think Steph will still be regarded as the best shooter we have ever seen, simply because how he changed the game.
Traps in the tray.
Calm and cool from distance. George really confident from beyond.
Butler against George. Butler, no good.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
There's the 3. George, no good. The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Pass to Butler. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
First team foul.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Butler from outside. Oubre pulls it in.
And sometimes on defense, you could just get lucky.
David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Steve Kerr. What do you have to say?
Well, we talked about how difficult a matchup Joel Embiid can be for a defense. Coach told me it's all about not letting him get established down low and making him try to beat us with longer shots. If you do that, I think we'll be fine. Of course, saying it on the sidelines is one thing, and doing it on the court, quite another. Guys?
Thank you, David. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
And everything Butler does, he does with a bang, including those 2 points.
Maxey on the wing. Pass to George. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Bangs home the trifecta. Maxey's got 5 points so far.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
A 3-ball. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
That's on the D there. You gotta chase Maxey off the 3-point line.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Podziemski, he's checked in for Golden State. Here's George, following the basket by Draymond Green. And it's Paul George with the finish.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
And the 3-ball is good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Maxey with it. 8 points for him. And slam dunk by Maxey.
He's a small guy with big hops. Maxey goes up high for that finish.
And that one's good by Butler.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Here's Grimes, defended by Butler. Outside Maxey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Green with the block.
This is the high-impact D we expect from Green. An intelligent defender who can find these blocks.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And from the line a season ago, 73%.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Reese Jackson-Davis is checked in for Kevon Looney. Gary Payton comes in for Green, and Curry subbed in for Moses Moody. The 76ers leading by 5. Out to Edwards. Off target from outside. Now Curry. Pass to Podziemski. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. Tyrese Maxey. He's been the guy making things happen for this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the 76ers?
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, they've got Edwards, and Embiid is out there with Yabusele. Then it's Butler, and it's McCain in at the 2-guard spot. Edwards, good.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
I mean, what can we say about Steph's jumper that hadn't already been said?
Here's Embiid. Following the basket by Stephen Curry. Such a wide open look.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
With the league's 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career. But he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, "I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun. You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, D.A. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Out of bounds.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Kevon Looney is checked in for the Warriors. Moody comes in for Gary Payton. Then for the 76ers, Kelly Oubre is checked in for Edwards. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Butler. Pass to Grimes. Just 5 to shoot. Embiid. And Looney sends it back. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Oubre, good. And the 76ers lead by 4.
Nice execution on the inbound. Just how you want to draw it up.
To the left wing, here's Moody. His 3-pointers off the mark. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Embiid with it. Kuminga picks him up. Embiid, the pass to Grimes. Back to Embiid. Shoots from the baseline. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Well, and it's just clear how comfortable Embiid is shooting the ball, especially from mid-range.
Should we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Clock at 4. It's Curry outside, and the Warriors miss again. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 13-5 run here. Maxey with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Embiid, no good. Warriors trail by 7. A deep 3 from Butler. Butler attacks in transition.
That jump shot of Butler is really smooth. He just rises up comfortably there and makes it look effortless.
Down low. And the dunk by Embiid.
Exposing the defense and taking advantage in the paint.
Outside, George. Maxey sets a screen for George. The 3. It's good from long range. And now a 9-point Philadelphia lead.
And George, such a confident player. He's also terrific at recognizing when he's in his zone.
Warriors have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Moody's shot is off. And so George will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Corner shot. Pass to Grimes. Here's Embiid. It's stolen by Green. 1 second separating the shot clock and game. Looney with it from past the arc. Buries the long-range jumper.
Such a slept-on attribute of his. Draymond can handle the rock.
And Stephen Curry with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
There's 14 seconds left in the second quarter. Right side Maxey. The shot by George, wide open. Hits it from 3-point range. George has got the lead up to 9 now for the 76ers. And so it's Philadelphia ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. From beyond the... All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
The post pair for him. It's Green and Looney. Moses Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Butler in at small forward. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
Kicks it out to Maxey. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
And it's Oubre off the drive.
A powerful finisher. Oubre Jr., you deserve to get dunked on when you let him get inside.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Warriors trail by 21. Right side, Butler. Moody finds Butler. Shot to stop the run. Excellent D there from George.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Outside, Maxey. Back to George. And it goes out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Last touch by Green. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Shot clock at 5. Here's Maxey. Again, Philadelphia.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Out to Payton. Three-pointer. It's Drummond with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 23. And George, here we go. For 3, Oubre. 4 for 5 with that first miss in 5 attempts from the floor. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And the Warriors with some changes. Podziemski, he's checked in for Green. And Curry subbed in for Payton. Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Yabusele comes in for George. Maxey looking it over. Oubre outside. Another miss by Philadelphia. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. With the CBA and new broadcasting deals both completed, league talk now turns to expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver says if you're a successful organization, I think it makes sense over time to continue to grow. There's no doubt that there are a lot of great cities we're interested in having in the NBA. Kevin?
So right, David, we could lay out 3, 4, 5 cities right now that would beg to have professional basketball.
And that ability to just rise up for the alley-oop Butler is an animal of an athlete.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially late on drives to the rim.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Here's Maxey. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Here's Curry with the 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Oubre's got 4 rebounds now tonight. For 3, Butler loves the three-point look.
And Butler, someone you got to stay with in that pick and roll. All he needs is a little space, and he is ready to fire.
Back to Embiid. And Brandon Podziemski gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the court.
1:02 left in the third. And that one's good. Maxey.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Pass to post. All alone. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Right side Maxey. Launches it. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Maxey. Maxey's got 4 assists now tonight. To the paint. Here's Curry. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Outside, Kuminga. Shoots over Oubre. Kuminga, no good. Outside, Maxey fires from deep. Sinks the three-pointer. Maxey's got 12 points now in the quarter.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Tyrese Maxey. He's been the guy making things happen for the Philadelphia 76ers. And with his work in that quarter, he has 5 three-pointers in the game now. Quite a showing from long range. And we'll be right back after this. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, put the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Edwards is out there with Yabusele. Then it's Butler. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's McCain in at the shooting guard. Back to Butler. To the inside. Embiid takes a 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Nice pass by Embiid. Smartly taking advantage of a wide open man.
And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. Kuminga kicks to Curry. Back to Kuminga. They set the pick from outside the arc. The shot, no good. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. It's good.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Butler against Curry. Butler gets to Embiid. Pulls up from the corner. It's rebounded by Curry.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Personal foul.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And they've also been steady from the three-point line and doing a good job creating room for their shooters and then converting.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Kuminga. Butler comes in for Peyton. And it's Moses Moody in for Brandon Pajemski. Warriors have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Green passes to Moody. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Moody's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The 76ers leading by 19. Embiid with a screen on Green. And George kicks to Embiid. Back to George. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Butler sets a screen for Green. Butler up top. 3-pointer. Paul George grabs the miss. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Oubre can't get it to go.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Green, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 4 assists in the game. Oubre outside. Butler with the steal. Bobbed up there for Green, and Green slams it in.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
But this is a game again, and the other side has to be feeling a little bit nervous with how quickly that lead vaporized.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And the 3 off target.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Philadelphia.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Tyrese Maxey.
Every time he shot it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Oubre for 3. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on a 14-5 run. To the middle. Outside for Curry. Puts up a 3. And another 3 for Golden State. We got 28 seconds left in the game. From the wing. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Here's Moody. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
As team first as anyone in this league, Green is always looking to dish.
Here's McCain. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily.
The end of the game.
And in the win. Thank you, David.
Thank you for coming
and
out
that'll
to
do it,
support your
folks.
team.
For Greg.
This should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. Paul George out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2. Simons outside. Avdia outside. Three-pointer. Hits a three-pointer.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Avdia gets Oubre. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It goes on Denny Avdia. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the game. Grant, there have been so many great players that have gone through Portland over the years.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's almost 50 years since their last title. It's a great city with a great fan base. And for their sake, I hope their second title comes soon.
Now Philadelphia with it. Embiid from outside. Sharp grabs the miss. Portland has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Tipped, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Maxey.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
The Trailblazers have gone 1 for 3 so far. There's Simons with a 3. Offensive board. Here's Kamare. Ooh, nice D from George.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Here's Grimes. Misses a 3. Allie LaForce had a chance to catch up with head coach Chauncey Billups. Allie, what do you have to say?
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, he voiced how crucial it is to make sure that his defense doesn't allow him any breathing room. He told me, quote, Maxey can get hot in a hurry, so we can't afford to give him open looks. And with his speed, we definitely want to limit his opportunities in the open court. We'll see if the defense can slow his pace, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Philadelphia with another miss.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check, and was maybe a step out of his range.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the 3 in transition.
Outside Sharp. Launches a 3. Paul George pulls it in. Now Philadelphia with it. Trailing by 2. Grimes' shot is off. Avdia against Embiid. Oh, George with a steal. Outside Oubre. The 3 is up. Sharp grabs the miss. For Portland, they've gone only 2 of 6 from the field. Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
Portland leading by 5. Simons with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Outside Sharp.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Pass to Avdia.
2 minutes.
The 15-footer. Philadelphia grabs the miss.
When you're that open, do you really need to go with the leader?
Simons with a steal. Now the Blazers moving it up. He launches a 3. And Sharp the bucket on the assist by Simons. Simons has got his 3rd assist of the night. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball.
You take a risk with those long passes. And lucky the D couldn't collect it.
Portland making a switch here. Grant's checked in. And Philadelphia making a change here. For 3, Maxey. He buries it from 3.
The numbers testify. Tyrese Maxey is one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA.
Jacks up a 3. Yabusele. Here's Grimes. Knocks down the triple.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Sharp. The rebound by Yabusele.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Oubre with room to shoot. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. And that ties it up. Portland has gone 4 of 9 from beyond the three-point line in this first quarter. Well, a careless foul. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws. And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
Henderson outside. Pass to Klingon. Back to Avdia. Avdia, screen on Edwards. Avdia outside. Henderson with it. Just 5 on the clock. Off target from outside. 20 seconds left in the opening quarter. And Edwards, here we go. Fades and shoots. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Henderson scanning the floor. Outside for Grant. The 3 ball. And that's not going to go. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Matisse Thybulle out there with Scoot Henderson. Then it's Jeremy Grant. Then there's Klingon. And it's Kamare in at the 3. That's the group for Portland starting the second. Here's Henderson. The quick look, no good that time.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
Maxey finds Drummond. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, you see the vision from Henderson. Just a terrific facilitator.
And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Pass to McCain. And there's the lob. The shot by Drummond, no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Nice lob. This is where Klingon can get a lot of his points early on while he's developing the rest of his game. You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team.
Pass to Klingon. Here's Henderson. Here's Klingon. And stolen by Edwards. Here's McCain. Drummond inside. He's covered by Grant. The jump hook to the wing, right side. Yabusele. Three-pointer, no good. The Trailblazers have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Kamare, no good. Philadelphia has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Drummond with the bucket.
Selfless pass there from Maxey. Really able to handle the guard position quite well.
Thybulle on the wing. 4-3. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by.
2 minutes remaining.
Outside Edwards.
2 minutes.
Maxey on the wing. The 3 ball. They get it again. From deep three-point range, sends it home from three-point land.
3 points.
Now it's a 5-point 76ers lead.
Boy, a terrific three-point shooter. Maxey is somebody I think you've got to be in this airspace all the time.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Jeremy Grant averaged single digits in points the first 4 seasons of his career. But over the last 4 seasons, he's scoring over 20 a game. He said it all changed for him back in Detroit, adding, quote, "I grew as a player, being the #1 option and seeing different coverages. Now I'm reaping the benefits," unquote. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Here's Thibault. Drills it from deep.
Yeah, just a great find by Klingon. As he plays more and more, the game will slow down for him.
Pass to Drummond. There's 47 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And here's Edwards outside. And Klingon pulls it down. Blazers trail by 4. Here's Kamari. No points yet. It's stolen by Drummond. No good there. Hey, great D that time from Grant. Pass to Kamari. Three-pointer. Rebound by Philadelphia. Here's Yabusele. Drummond inside. Here's McCain. And there's the drive. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
He's been so disruptive defensively in the first half. His fast hands pick plenty of pockets.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then there's George. And it's Grimes in at the 2-guard spot. And you watch Tyrese Maxey, Clark. He's so good at creating offense.
Yeah, he can get that thing rack to rack and downhill in a heartbeat, VA. In the break and in the pick and roll, he puts tons of pressure on the defense because he's so quick. And he knows how to use angles, too. And he can shoot it from deep, so he's got the full package.
The Sixers leading. Here's Grimes. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. Simons, a screen on George. Simons outside. For the lead. Here's Ayton. Out to Simons. Takes a 3. Counted from distance. Simons has got 6 points.
Fantastic decision making. Ayton electing to move it for the high percentage look.
He gets it in there.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Simons passes to Avdia. Now here's Ayton.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat and he was in shock and awe. But now he's got a big smile on his face.
And here's Oubre from the arc. He drops it from range. Oubre's gotten his second bucket.
Proving right there he's a team player who wants to get his guys involved. I like seeing George make those passes.
And so it's Embiid with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. They lead by 1. Grimes' shot is off.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Here's Kamari. Back to Simons. Embiid with a steal. To the inside. Fires the three. Ooh, Ayton with the block.
Yeah, Ayton has all the physical gifts of a great shot blocker. Size, length, and agility.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Henderson, he's checked in for Sharp. The 76ers have gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter. Maxey with it, now guarded by Ayton. Embiid from outside. Portland with a rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. The drive by Henderson. Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 4 rebounds in the game. Avdia against Oubre. Outside Maxey. Pulls up. The Sixers again can't hit. Portland leading. Pass to Henderson. There's the 3. They get it back. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Yabusele, look that.
Great pass by Maxey there. This guy really clever at finding ways to get his teammates involved.
Here's Ayton. Avdia from outside. Connects from downtown. Avdia's got 5 points now this quarter.
Ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
For 3, Maxey sinks it from distance.
Big time answer by Maxey. Boy, was he dialed in there.
Simons passes to Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Drains the triple.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
The 76ers have gotten 6 of their first 12 shots to drop in this third. And here's Oubre from the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Simons. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Love seeing this from Ayton. Dependable at finding his teammates in their spots.
Gordon can't hit. And the ball out of play. The Sixers will have it.
Yeah, communication breakdown. 2 guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
Pass to Bona. Here's Maxey. Can't cash it in. And the game's still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Trailblazers out in front. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession in this way. True team basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Klingon. Williams is out there with Jeremy Grant. Then there's Scoot Henderson. And it's Rupert in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. McCain. And that misses. That would have put him up. The Trailblazers shooting around 41%. Fires it. And it's Rupert missing.
There's no way that's the best look this offense can produce.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Pass to Council. From outside, off the mark.
You know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Here's Klingon. Here's Rupert. Gets the 3 to fall. Rupert's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Too much space on the perimeter. There needs to be a little more energy from the defense. And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Thibault, he's checked in for Rupert.
Substitution on the court.
Embiid with a steal. Fires from deep. Showing some range. Embiid, nice.
Tell you what, for a big guy, a bigger guy, Embiid is great at pulling up off the dribble. Excellent ball skills.
Again, the miss by Portland. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Pass to Maxey. Now Embiid. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Love the confidence from Joel. He gets the ball and knows exactly what he's going to do with it before he gets it.
Henderson finds Thibault. Looking to win the run. And it's Henderson with a three. Henderson's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
There's a screen, and Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with a new group, and Philadelphia also making a switch. Walker's checked in. Pass to Kamari. Walker against Sharp. Here's Ayton. Avdia outside. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
And the 76ers making a change here. Gordon's checked in. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Maxey attacking. Ball stolen. And here they come. This one for three. The offensive rebound. Simons against George. 6 to shoot. Pass to Ayton.
2 minutes.
There's Simons with a three, and they recover it.
Timed it beautifully, and George able to send it back with authority.
1:53 left in the game. And here's Embiid beyond the arc. Philadelphia with another miss. Simons against Gordon. From downtown, and Anthony Simons good for three. And it's a 5-point Portland lead.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Ooh, Ayton with the block. On the wing, Simons. Jacks up a three. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 7. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Trailblazers?
They've been so aggressive getting out on shooters all game long. Nothing's getting past this defense, and that, to me, has been impressive.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense. He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And you know Embiid wants the ball in these situations. He wants that shot. He wants to come through for his team.
Ayton's got space, and the Blazers getting another bucket right there. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. George's shot is off. Now Portland with it. 7-point differential. Simons outside. Knocks down the long J.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
35 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Embiid can't hit. I think a bucket here, Grant, would end this game.
Absolutely. That would put a bow on this one.
Pass to Ayton. Now Avdia. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense.
At the line for Portland, Anthony Simons.
And the technical free throw is good.
Huge moment. He steps up and sinks the final daggers.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Clock at 6. the shot no good, a bit short. Grant with a steal. Here's Simons. Offline. So no problem for Portland as they get the win. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing.
that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The post pair for them. It's Green and Looney. Stephen Curry's out there with Moody. And it's Butler in at the 3 spot. Here's Ayton. Draymond Green grabs the miss.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
The kick outside to Butler. Green, the pass to Butler. Goes back up. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And that jump shot of Butler is really smooth. He just rises up comfortably there and makes it look effortless.
Simon's on the wing. Back to Avdia. Simons surveying the D. Hits the three-point bomb.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
And the basket by Kamara.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. When it comes to players who like having fun, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his immediate picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
And it's the Warriors' ball. Green dishes to Curry for the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Now, here's Avdia. Avdia, a screen on Butler. Butler with the steal. And here we go. It's Butler. Here's Curry with the 3. Here's Looney. The kick outside to Butler. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Simons with the ball, and Curry picks him up defensively. Here's Kamara. Here's Sharp. Good on the triple.
And nice work on the perimeter. Defenses must respect Sharp's range.
Simons against Curry. Green, the pass to Moody. Back to Green.
2 minutes remaining.
5 to shoot. And the Warriors miss again.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Avdia with a screen for Simons. Outside, Avdia. There's the triple. That one, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Here's Sharp, following the basket by Draymond Green. Simons against Curry. Ayton the screen. Pass to Kamara, and it's out of bounds to Portland. No return possession. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
I was able to talk with Chauncey Billups for a minute. We talked about the respect he has for Jimmy Butler and everything that Jimmy Buckets brings to the table. He told me Butler's special. He impacts the game with the ball, without the ball, and with his defense. But he said as much of a challenge as Butler presents, be ready. Guys?
Thank you, David. Pass to Avdia. Back to Grant. Avdia, a screen on Butler. No good from Grant. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That's his first foul. And Portland making a change here. Kamar is checked in. Then for the Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga. He's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Stephen Curry is subbed in for Brandon Pajemski. Curry, that's good.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now here's Hield. They set the pick. Pass to Jackson Davis. Pass to Kamare. Knocked away. It's stolen by Curry. Puts up a deep three. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first quarter of play. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. There's Jackson Davis out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Payton in at the 3 spot.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Grant for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Greg, since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals, the Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Now Kuminga, following the miss by Jeremy Grant from deep.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on him now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of hope.
And the shot goes in. Klingen's got his first basket of the night.
And this young man lives on the offensive glass. Tough to stop Klingen when he's that close.
Hield finds Kuminga. Out to Payton. Curry on the wing. From deep. And Klingen pulls it down.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
The shot fake there got the D out of position. Warriors leading by 5. Hield outside. Out to Payton. To the wing on the left. Back to Kuminga. Payton with a screen on Grant. Hield outside. Fires away from outside. Portland grabs the miss.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now, here's Grant. Hasn't made one yet. Nice open look, but it's no good. And it's the Warriors on the break. Hield, the pass to Kuminga. Kuminga, screen on Henderson. Hield from outside. Drills the three-pointer. Hield's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate. Close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Henderson kicks to Thibault. Pass to Klingen. It's stolen by Hield. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Thibault. And the dunk by Grant.
A wing who can elevate, get Grant the ball anywhere close to the rim, and he knows
And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Ayton, he's checked in for Klingon. Avdia comes in for Jeremy Grant. Sharp's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. And it's Simons in for Scoot Henderson. And then for Golden State, Kevon Looney is checked in for Trace Jackson-Davis. Moses Moody comes in for Gary Payton. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Stephen Curry. Podziemski on the wing. Defended by Avdia. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot by Podziemski, no good. Trailblazers trail by 4. A 3 ball. Amarov. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Podziemski, covered by Simons. Moody the pass to Looney. Now Podziemski. Let's go. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Here's Kamare. Ayton with it. Still without a basket. Avdia gets the bucket.
Totally unselfish play there from Ayton. Sends the ball to someone with a wide open look.
Kuminga the pass to Moody. Jacks up a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Moody's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you gotta hit back.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
It's all tied in Portland. Just now to send it over to thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break with third quarter basketball.
26. Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. Andre Ayton out there with Avdia. Then it's Sharp. Then it's Anthony Simons. And it's Kamare in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And it's Simons missing.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Curry into the lane. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. No good on the triple. The Trailblazers shooting at 44%. Pretty reasonable. Dan, you know, you think about Jimmy Butler, and you and I are fans of his game. Talk about a guy who calls it like he sees it, though. My goodness.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Look, Jimmy's never going to hold back. He'll call out his teammates. He'll call out opponents. He'll call out the referees. This guy acts with no fear.
Just don't call out the broadcasters, right? We want to stay out of his range.
And he would have no reason to.
Exactly. Avdia kicks to Simons. Back to Avdia. Kept alive. Here's Ayton. Outside Avdia. This one for 3. Hands it from downtown. Avdia's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Butler, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Pass to Kamare. There's the pick. Outside, Simon. And another 3 for Portland.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive, in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. I was getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same for years, but Draymond's are good. Now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, D.A. And the Warriors making a change here. Santos is checked in.
And it's crucial that Green hits from the outside because it makes everything easier for his teammates.
Simons from outside. Connects from three-point range. Simons has got the lead back up to 9 now for the Trailblazers. Here's Santos. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Santos has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside, Simons. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Portland. Scoot Henderson comes in for Anthony Simons. The Warriors also with a sub. Johnny Hield, he's checked in for Moses Moody.
The defense has to make it tougher for Butler. Can't give him that.
For three, Henderson. It's rebounded by Golden State. Looney's got 5 rebounds tonight. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Hey guys, well this year marked the loss of Blazers great, Hall of Famer, and truly a one-of-one, Bill Walton. One of the greatest big men this league has ever seen, known for his incredible passing skills. And off the court, he was just as dedicated to assisting others and making the world a better place. Guys, there is no question Bill Walton will be missed.
His legacy carries on. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. Hield outside. There's a screen. Pass to Santos. And another three for Golden State.
And not just a score. Hield is solid at reading when his guys are open for a look.
Henderson finds Avdia. The Trailblazers working the ball around now. And that time, also a missed shot.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Portland leading. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Kicks it out to Grant. Sinks the triple. Grant's got 5 points so far.
And I love Grant's mindset. Readies himself to shoot as soon as he touches the ball.
Santos tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. And it's no good. Avdia dishes to Henderson. Back to Avdia. Pass to Henderson. Kicks it out to Grant. And stolen by Butler. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Trailblazers lead. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball and how about the perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, some kind of shooting in the backcourt for them. It's Curry and Hield. Gary Payton II is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Post in its center. Shot by Hield, nobody around. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And never shying away from a three. Hield has supreme confidence in his shot.
And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And the Warriors making a change here. Santos is checked in. Here's Santos. They kick out to Hield. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Trailblazers leading by 3. Grant on the wing. Off target with his 3. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Hield outside. And he hits it to tie the game up.
way beyond the line there. Hield's range is limitless. Have to check him once he crosses half court.
No good from Grant.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Kuminga goes in. Hield against Grant. To take the lead. Hield can't hit. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Henderson kicks to Ayton. Offensive rebound. Here's Rupert, covered by Payton. They grab their own miss. And another shot. And Ayton with the nice bucket inside.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
Here's Santos. Henderson defending. Fires the 3. Santos, no good. Portland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range.
Explosive in every way. The quick first step, and then you see the hop.
Warriors trail by 4. Hield with a screen on Grant. Payton drives in. Out to the right wing. Here's Santos. Henderson defending. Ball's knocked loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ayton. The Mono Bantams checked in for the Trailblazers.
Substitution on the court.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 3. Hield the pass to Curry. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Clingan, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. And the Warriors also making a change. Santos is checked in. It's stolen by Curry. And Curry with the clear path to the hoop. From the arc. Avdia with the rebound. Avdia's got his 5th rebound in this one. Tipped away. It's stolen by Curry. And there's the foul. It'll go on Delano Banton. That's his first foul. Green, he's checked in for Golden State.
Warrior substitution.
Outside Curry.
Green.
Pass to Hield. Three-pointer. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Hield's got 9 points now in just the second half.
That is a big-time performance. I like how Hield embraces the responsibilities of being the alpha dog on that one. And this team counts on Grant in those big moments, and you can see why, given the results.
They kick it out to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
And the experience helping Green on these possessions, welcoming the chance to sink a big shot.
Pass to Rupert. 1:19 left to play here in the fourth. Grant with a screen on Curry. Manton, the pass to Grant. Over to the left wing. Wide open look here for Clingan. Carries it from three-point range.
And love the poise from the rookie big man Clingan. He embraces moments like these.
It's Curry outside. Nailed from three-point land.
Fearless. Curry takes on the challenge and gets that big basket to fall.
Here's Avdia. Pass to Banton. And he drives in. Kicks it out to Grant. 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by Grant. And it's the Warriors' ball. Three-pointer, Hield. Gets the 3 to fall.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Banton. And there's the call on Curry. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Back to Simons. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. Grant gets a wide open look. Full time.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Hield. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Guys, what are their best options now?
They've got enough time left to get a good look. It's got to be quick, but it doesn't have to be a heave. You can still catch, turn, and shoot. They've got one shot at it here, obviously.
Thanks so much, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.